Alright, hey everyone, it's Sleigh Ride with a Y here, and welcome to my next Let's Play of Fire Emblem. Now, every time, we're just gonna start a new game here, and I'll explain a bunch of the mechanics later. You are a tactician, traveling across Eli. Set your name, birth, month, and gender. Use the plus control pad and the A button to enter info. To start with, the default settings, simply select No. Well, why isn't there a default button instead of just No? Well, I am going to enter information, and what is my name? Of course it is Sleigh. As awesome as that is. Birth month is February, and I am male, okay? Are these the settings you want to use? Yes. That text speed is extremely slow. We will fix that. Prologue, a girl from the plains. So this is what I call a grid strategy game. Are you awake? Well, I can hear you. Who are you? Are you the girl from the plains the prologue mentioned? Unconscious in the plains? I wonder why I was unconscious. You're Lynn of the Lorca tribe. Okay. My name is Sleigh. It is awesome. Yeah, no, it's not odd sounding. Okay, yeah, it is. But it is a good name, like you said. Apparently we are in the Sakai Plains. And there's apparently noises outside, according to her. I didn't hear anything. Ooh. See, that's our battlefield. Bandits from the Burned Mountains. Raiding the local villages. No, I'm going to help. Yeah. Well, I'm not really a weapon kind of guy. I'm more of a strategist by trade, as you say. Alright. Yeah, I do want to help. No, I don't need a protection from you. Alright, now this is basically a tutorial level, of course. Most games have tutorial levels. Lynn is the blue unit, the enemies are red. I am green, apparently. Blue units are your allied units, the units you control. Red units are the enemy units, obviously you don't control them. I'm only here as a strategist, so I only appear in specific events. I said special wrong. I don't care. My job as strategist is to pretty much command my units. And this is definitely scripted, but you have your little cursor, you can move it around, look at the enemy's HP and name. This guy's name is Bandit. What a loser. And you can push R on the unit and look at their stats and the items they're holding and their weapon level. If you push R again, you can see what these stats do. Strength pretty much affects the damage you do. Skill affects hit percentage and luck or critical hit chance. Speed affects evasion and attack speed. I'll get into that in a second. Luck affects quote-unquote many different things, but it basically helps you find hidden items and lowers the enemy's critical hit percentage. Defense obviously reduces damage from weapons. Magical resistance reduces damage from magic attacks. Movement is obviously your movement speed or that you can do in one turn. Constitution is kind of confusing. It basically, if you have a higher constitution than an ally, you can actually rescue them, and I'll get into that later. Aid is again dealing with constitution. Oh wait, well, yeah. Aid is dealing with rescues and constitution as well. Traveler is basically if you rescue someone, then their name will appear right there. And affinity I'll get into later. And conditions, basically if you're poisoned or sick or whatever, it'll say right there. This is their name. Bandits staking out their turf. Okay. And this is the class they are. Mighty Mountaineers who prefer axes in combat. Be prepared to see a lot of these brigands. This is his level 1, the max is 20, experience is, well, they don't get experience because they're enemies. And you have to have 100 experience to level up. Their HP is obviously self-explanatory. Excuse me. And this is their weapon, the Iron Axe. You can push R again. It's an E level axe, which means you have to have E level axe weapon level thing to wield it. Its range is 1, its weight is 10. Weight deals with constitution again. Mount is MT, which basically is the amount of damage. Hit percentage is obviously 75, and critical hit chance is 0. Alright. Oh, and down there it says the amount of attack damage after their stats are put in, pretty much. And this is their weapon and support level. This is what I was talking about before. You have to have an E level to wield that axe, and E is the lowest level. And this guy is a D level, so he could wield another axe that I'll explain later on. And that's pretty much it for the units. This is the boss. He has a little shield on him. See that little shield in the bottom right corner of his unit? That means he's the boss. And sometimes, and most of the time, actually pretty much every time, the bosses are a lot stronger than the normal enemies. Obviously. And this is Lynn. She's a Lord, which is one of the best classes in the game, obviously. Because it's Lord. I mean, awesome. And she's got pretty good skill and speed. Kind of lacking in the strength department, but her defense is really low as well. And she has an iron sword, which is the E level sword, and 2 vulneraries, which heal for, I think, about 10 HP. It's not very much. She has D level sword. 16 HP, level 1. Okay. Sorry about that interruption. Now we want to move Lynn closer to the enemy. Oh, and she only has 5 movement speed. Most units without mounts move about 5 or 6 movement speed. I need to be closer to the enemy. You've selected Lynn, obviously, because we can't select anyone else. Lynn can move anywhere in the blue area, and the red area is her attack range. Obviously, she has 1 range with that iron sword, so she can move, or she can attack 1 space over from her movement speed. And this game is pretty much telling you where to move, so you can't choose anywhere else to move. And once you've moved and you can't do anything else, you have to wait. And apparently the bandit's coming this way. But he doesn't have enough movement speed to attack. Now we want to attack. Select Lynn. Again, it's telling you what to do, but first of all, I need to go, if you push the A button anywhere that's not a unit, you can go into the options, and you can see, well, unit is basically, it's basically the same thing as pushing the R button, but it's less graphical, I guess, because you don't have a picture or anything, but you can view all your units right here at the same time, if you have more than 1 unit. Obviously I don't. Next option is status. This is basically your objective and the amount of units you have and the amount of units the enemy has. And we're already at 10 minutes and I haven't even attacked. And it says the turn number and the funds, the playtime. Options are very important. Animation, I'm going to leave the animations on right now. But later on I'll turn them off because they get kind of slow. They slow the game down quite a lot. Obviously game speed fast, text speed max. Terrain on, yeah, all this other stuff is not really that important. You can change your window color. Let's go for green for now. Sure, why not? And suspend, basically, it's basically like a quick save feature if you want to turn the game off, but I don't want to do that. So let's move Lynn. You have to be right next to him to attack because your range is only 1. Select attack, and this is the little combat screen. You can view this, and if you don't like it, you can push B, but right now we can't because this is a tutorial level. And that ×2 is basically telling you can attack twice. But first, the enemy attacks. Well, you attack first, and then the enemy attacks. And then you attack again. That ×2 is affected by the amount of speed you have. So if you have a lot of speed, then you can attack twice, which is always nice. Now this battle is scripted. You always miss, or you always dodge the first attack, and you always get hit the second attack. And And now that we're injured, the game is telling us we need to use a vulnerary. Yeah, a gur is a round hut. We do need some vulnerary-ish stuffness. You can use items. Obviously, just go down to the vulnerary and use. And you recover about 10 HP, like I said. And usually, the boss will not move. I forgot to mention that. The boss will usually not move because he's usually on the highest defense piece. And we'll talk about the more about the map later on in the next chapter, I think. And I should probably explain how these LPs are going to go, or this LP is going to go. I'm going to record continuous until the end of the chapter. And right now it's probably going to be only about one video per chapter, but later on the chapter is going to get really long. So I'm not going to interrupt the recording. But here we are, we're going to do some damage. Oh yeah, the boss usually talks when you attack him. I didn't read that. Oh well. It's not really important. And now we have to pretty much get lucky here. The game... Most of this game is based on random number generators, and that is not good for me because I have bad luck. Also, because he's standing on a fort, he heals 2 HP per turn. Or a certain amount of HP. I think it's always 2. It might be a certain percentage. But we got lucky here. We got a critical hit. That was awesome looking. And our critical hit chance was 1%. Luckily, the game was scripted, and we get 100 XP, and we level up. Strength went up, luck went up. Again, that's all based on the random number generator. And yeah, we almost died. That's because the game likes to base everything on luck. This is talking about level up. Now it's talking about seizing. Sometimes, if you look at the objective, it says seize the gate of the gur, which means if you kill all the enemies, you still haven't seized the gate. You have to actually stand on the gate and and seize. And that is good work indeed. I'm gonna have to speed through this last part here. Yeah, I'm awake. No, not really. I mean, I didn't do anything. The game did everything for me. Oh yeah, permission. Yeah, and this is a really sad story. Her parents died. Bandits killed everybody of the Lorca tribe. Her father was the chief. Yeah. And we only have about 20 seconds, so you want to stop talking? Sorry, Lynn, you're awesome and everything, but we're running out of time here. Yes, you must become stronger. Okay, stronger, yes. I will train you, of course. Yeah, no problem. We have literally 5 seconds. Thank you. Alright, that does it for this chapter, and I guess I'll see you next time, guys, for Chapter 1.